Hey, and welcome back. We are in the police station, and as I remember it, we were going to try to get some new clues here, so let's do just that. It's been a while since I recorded the last one, so I don't remember everything right now, but it'll come back to me.
Excuse me.
What do you want now?
I mean, let's begin with just the topics.
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic, in the Avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
That's one way to explain it.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur. It's Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Thank you, Moo.
Hopefully we'll have something more interesting to talk about this time. I think last time was probably a bit uneventful, if I remember correctly.
What now, monsieur?
Ever heard of a guy called Marquet? Jacques Marquet?
Marquet. I know the name well. He has a record for suspected blackmail, kidnapping, arson, and art theft.
An all-rounder, huh? How come he's on the loose?
His bravado is matched only by the courtroom skills of his attorney.
Okay, so we're dealing with some pretty shady people here. Speaking of shady people...
Do you know a pair of thugs called Flap and Guido?
I have known those two since they graduated from special school.
Special
Flap
school,
is a nasty
okay.
piece of work. But Guido is the real brains of the partnership. Where did you hear of them?
I met them out front of the Hotel Ubu. Have you heard of Professor Pegram, the archaeologist?
Molly Pegram, the second son of Lord Barclay Pegram.
I don't know. I only read about him in a magazine.
So much for the efficacy of rehabilitation. What has he done this time?
He made an important archaeological find in Ireland. Do you know Pegram well?
I have connections with the family, but I wouldn't say I knew him at all.
Is his name really Molly?
Of course not. That was the nickname he was given at school.
Special
all
school?
His friends and acquaintances know him as Molly.
Have you heard of the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. But of course, monsieur, their fame is widespread throughout France. We haven't forgotten them, unlike the rest of Europe.
It was the King of France who persecuted them, though.
Indeed.
That shook his cool. Underneath his cultured facade, the man was real twitchy.
Maybe he's like a secret Templar or something?
You're obviously a great admirer of the Knights Templar.
They were men of great honor, monsieur. The flower of chivalry.
Not everyone would share your views, Inspector.
Not everyone shares my passion for Bartok.
But if the Templars were as honorable as...
That's enough. I do not wish to hear your uninformed opinions, Stobart.
Why do you get so wound up about the Knights Templar? They've been dead for centuries. I shouldn't have pushed my luck. Maybe his ancestors were Templars. Whatever. I saw the anger flare in his eyes like a distant summer thunderstorm.
The Templars were the first true internationalists. 800 years on, and still the world is fragmented by nationalistic flag-waving fools. You will excuse me.
Oh, but I didn't get to show him all my new items. Okay, I suppose... I mean, let's see if he has anything to say about what just happened before we move on.
Excuse me?
What do you want now?
Yeah, probably just gonna
See you
ask
later,
him
Sergeant.
to... talk to him again. Okay, so are we going to the hospital then? Let's see if we can even find. Oh yeah, hospital.
The old building managed to retain some of its original grandeur, but the modern additions look like a baseball cap on a statue of a medieval saint. There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance. I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
What? Oh, he
The
just
door
goes for the same door.
was locked.
Okay. Let's just see if there's anything in the room to look at before we...
The young man's face was full of eagerness and enthusiasm. I figured he was fresh from college. Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Just yelling it from across the room. It's a strange way to behave.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
Well,
That's right. I used
that's
to have
weird.
this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit.
Yeah, I don't want to know about that.
Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
No, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. I've never seen him before.
Shake my hand, Benoit.
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
How come?
Dermatitis.
I don't have dermatitis.
I do.
Okay, let's not touch this guy.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Is that a nasal discharge, sir?
No, it's grease paint. Do you know what this white powder is?
No, sir.
Oh, we should have shown that to the police officers to see if they got suspicious.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No, sir.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Merlin?
No, sir.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Not me, sir.
This guy, it's pretty easy to talk to.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Isn't that used to snap the patient's ribs when exploring the abdomen?
I hope not.
Okay, I agree with George.
See you later.
Right.
The woman managed to look overworked and hassled, though she didn't appear to be doing anything. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plants. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
She has like a different... is she American or something?
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Let's just go with yes.
Yeah, I'm his, long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age, after a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess not.
Let's talk about the other things first.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from a zoo.
Might as well.
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the bear, He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
How about some cocaine?
Is this plaster any use to you?
I'm allergic to plaster.
Oops.
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
Can you think of any use for this greasy tissue?
I guess you could use it to baste a roast turkey.
What does this gem suggest to you?
I advise you not to flash that around. The hospital insurance wouldn't cover it if it was stolen.
Let's try again.
So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Okay, so we need to appear
Thanks
as
for your
a
help, ma'am.
relative.
You're welcome.
The guy seemed to be practicing his air of authority. Today, he was working on his withering stare. Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
Let's shake his hand.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
It's all because the virus.
What do you make of this tissue, sir?
Intéressant. I thought I knew the ins and outs of the human body, but this has me beat. If I were you, I'd have this sample analyzed.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, sir. I do not pretend to know the pharmacist's job.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir. I do not.
Okay.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet.
You might have to
urgently.
go to a different
We make
location.
no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
And we have to break those rules.
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense. Besides,
I mean, you could have
Marquet's
phrased it
employers
a
have
little
paid
bit
in advance for one of
more
our most
believably.
exclusive private rooms.
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Thanks for your help.
See, we can only go in the hallways, so let's try that. Okay. Let's try this one then. Okay, so that's not going to help anything. Maybe if we talk to him again, maybe he can give us a solution. We can trick
Hey,
him.
Benoit!
Maybe we can trick him into giving us access somehow.
There's no need to shout. What do you want?
Okay, that plan
Forget it.
goes out the window. No. Okay. So, how do we appear to be a relative? Oh. Is this no, it's just out of the map, I guess. Let's think, what are some other locations? Maybe there's a few new ones that I haven't noticed yet. I'm not sure what this is. So let's try that. Oh, this is new. There's a lot of things here.
I once read a list of low-stress jobs. It didn't include police work. Obviously, this guy hadn't read the same list. Excuse me, officer.
And how may I help you?
I don't know yet.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh.
Is that all you can say?
He sounds pretty
Oh.
excited.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern. Beyond that, who knows?
Cocaine?
Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose
Yeah,
clench.
that's. I assumed that's
I
what it
read
was gonna
Hollywood
be.
Wives. I know all about
That's what's gonna happen if
you
I
try to
show
snip
this to
stuff,
like
you'd
a
wall up your
police officer or
nostrils.
something.
It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. Alors, the paperwork. You have no idea.
Would you like to shake? I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuilt the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key.
Yeah, I guess George has some common sense.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the so-so Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy.
Oh,
what they
okay,
teach
so
at
I
the
guess
police
this
academy
location
these
is going to
days.
be important.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be
So,
there.
What about the cafe? Okay, nothing.
A typically Parisian sidewalk cafe. Last time I visited one of those, it blew up. I decided I was happy enough right where I was.
Okay, that makes sense. So we have a family here. What's this? Oh, okay, we can actually move the camera as well.
Fixed to the wall was a sign in 3 languages.
Can you read it?
Fixed to the wall was...
Okay.
In the middle of the square was a manhole. I wondered if there might be something relevant beneath street level.
I mean, we can try. I guess there's a...
Hey, you. What do you think you are doing? Leave that cover alone. Now.
Okay, so maybe we need to distract him?
Sorry, no harm intended.
You stay away from that.
I don't know why I would want to go down there right now, though, but...
There was a small crowd of 5 sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can take the most intelligent people in the world, put them in their vacation duds, and hey presto, they look like morons. Why is that? I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
an architectural echo of the gallows that once used to stand here.
Okay, so what is this?
An ornate fountain stood in one corner. I'd have to come by here in the summer to see it working. There was no water to frolic about in, and the leaf mold that was collecting there just wasn't the same somehow.
So, okay, this is new.
A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men.
Yeah.
That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies.
Yeah, I support that.
Whoa!
Oh, it was that exciting. Okay, well.
I didn't have time to sit around.
Can you imagine a guy just standing in a fucking church yelling by himself because he's thinking of ancient ass, basically?
Waiting in prayer for the judgment day. A knight's tomb, his effigy in marble lying in perpetual state. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
Good guess.
I was surprised Philip le Bel had left this place alone. Just think, there's a dead guy under there.
George is kind of a strange guy.
A huge stained glass window formed a magnificent centerpiece for its neighbors. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Yep, me too, George. Well, I never even went, so...
Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. I wondered if this guy had died in combat. A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
Oh, the scroll
A
is something.
scroll was a
We can
symbol
do
of
something
scholarship.
about that.
I knew that much. Per disciplinum meum lux videbis.
Oh,
A bit of
okay.
a stained glass window. Wow. Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Okay, I thought I maybe had it there. So it goes on this image.
A huge stained glass. I didn't recognize.
Yeah. Okay. I'm guessing this isn't the location we're supposed to be right now. Or we're missing some...
In comparison to its neighbor, an enormous window.
Yeah, I think we need like some other thing in some other location before going here makes any sense. So maybe... maybe go to Nico Bellic's apartment. I'm just gonna call her Nico Bellic. Oh man. And we might want to access the manhole cover. Maybe we need to distract him. Or maybe we can talk to him and maybe we'll find a
Hello
new
again, officer.
Hello
topic
again,
for discussion.
monsieur.
Nope.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Aha! A prosthetic nose. Very significant.
It is?
No, I am just having a little joke.
What about this?
Look at this gem. What do you think?
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for real.
What kind of madman would go around waving a priceless gem under people's noses?
So either it's glass or I'm mad? I didn't like to think about that for too long. Take a look at this.
Ah!
I mean, the
an
guy has a point.
electrician. My TV has been acting up. Could you fix it?
I doubt it. This isn't my ID.
Okay, I
I'll see you
think this
around.
isn't the location to
Leave
be,
it.
so let's look at the map again. The museum. Because we were just in her apartment last episode, weren't we? I feel like we were. Maybe Lobino has come here. And then we can progress it by him looking at the manuscript. And now we're gonna get the famous door opening, George Stobart door opening technique. Okay, so she's alone still.
Hi, Nico.
Nico Bellic.
What are you sounding so chipper about?
I'm full of the joys of the fall.
I can't imagine why.
Because Sergeant Moo has given me another lead. The guy who was supposed to collect the gem, Jacques Marquet.
You found him.
He's in a hospital here in Paris. I guess that was the killer's doing, to stop him meeting Pegram.
Maybe. Are you going to try to talk to Marquet?
What have I got to lose?
Plenty.
Yeah, that's true. Let's try some of the new items.
Look, Nico, a handful of plaster.
Yeah, you showed me.
Alright, oh yeah. I already forgotten what happened
Have you
last
found
episode.
out any more about the Knights Templar?
Yes, I have. The guy responsible for the downfall was Philippe IV, the King of France, otherwise known as Philippe le Bel.
I've heard of him.
Well, he is known to history as Philippe the Fair, but I doubt if the Templars called him that. I'm sure André will tell you all about him.
And maybe he'll arrive just now.
Let's
Hopefully.
take another look
I
at the
need the plot to
manuscript.
progress. I don't know if we're gonna get anything new from looking at it without Lobino though.
That's the tripod in the crew. That's the gem that peaked. There's a woman, but the reflection. The night scroll through my teeth. There's a guy working on.
The scroll. Is that related to the scroll in the statue?
There's a guy
Hand?
with a sword and a bull.
Maybe.
Between them is a gem
So like
supported by
through
a
my
tripod.
teachings. Oh,
The night scroll bears through my teachings. You will.
so the scroll is the teachings, and then you're looking through it. Then what's gonna be
The
revealed?
night scroll through my teachings.
I'm gonna be enlightened. Okay. But exactly, yeah, because I've already looked through it and nothing happened.
See you
So
soon.
there's gotta be
Yeah.
something to it.
See you.
So if I didn't progress anything here, then where do I go? I mean, we can try talking to old people that we haven't talked to in a
Oh,
while.
hi.
See if anything's changed.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collar's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man, tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with a hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
So, was that like Marquet?
What do you make of this gem?
Very nice, chérie. A present for your girlfriend?
She's not my girlfriend.
Nonsense. You and her were made for each other.
Does this powder mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
So he's been here, maybe. But, doesn't really help us right now, I think. So what's another location we can try? I mean, we could go back to the cafe. I just don't see how there's going to be anything relevant there. Because I mean, that's the place we haven't been in a while, and if we're never supposed to go back there, I suppose that it would be grayed out in the map, so I couldn't even go there.
Hello again.
Yes, Inspector.
Nothing new, really.
What does this powder mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Ah, is it real? It must be worth a small fortune.
A very large fortune, I'd say. Do you know anything about it?
No, monsieur.
Okay, well, that's
I
a
have
dead
to be
end.
going.
Good luck, Inspector.
Okay, let's just look here as well. I mean, we've been to Ireland, so something might have changed while we were gone. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything's changed. Okay. We just did a police station, so I don't see how it's going to be much different there right now. Maybe... I mean, did we do the museum? Because we went there and then straight to the police station. And we don't have that many options, really. Let's see if there's anything here, and if nothing happens, I might end the episode right here, because yeah, I'm kind of tired and I'm not sure.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Yeah, there's no new topics.
Did I show you this gem?
Yes, you...
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
And I'm guessing the guard is not going to
Pardon
be
me?
helpful at all.
Oui, monsieur?
I found this gem at a medieval site in Ireland.
That means nothing to me, monsieur.
How did you manage to
He
get
doesn't
this
care.
job?
I had the right qualifications. A military manner, squeaky shoes, and an irrational hatred of children.
Okay, that's definitely strange.
Thanks for your help.
Maybe, but it's still the same thing. It's just gonna have to wait there. Or is it gonna change this time? Maybe like it's later in the day right now?
This is ridiculous.
No,
I could
okay,
be here
it's
for
just the
hours.
same result. He just doesn't... he didn't react at all, okay.
What y'all do?
Yeah, okay, I'm not sure what I'm missing this time.
It was a large blue gemstone.
So I'm guessing I need to distract or somehow convince them that I am a relative at the hospital. And I'm hoping that the solution is entirely located here, because otherwise I'm not sure how to do this. And I have nothing to like force the ambulance open with.
The door.
Well, let's go in once more and see. Oh wait, is this... Oh, let's try. Because this is an ID card.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
Oh,
For me?
Okay,
Yes.
here we go.
He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh dear. He's on Ward J2. That's
The morgue?
Nurse Grendel's ward.
Or... Okay, so... Is that a bad thing? Sounded like a bad thing. And on that note, we're gonna end it here. So that's a nice cliffhanger for the next time. So, hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I was pretty tired this episode, but yeah, hopefully next time it's gonna be a bit more exciting. So, see you in the next one. Bye bye.